Check this out. GLA double dollar sign East shot. That's right. Glasses Malone. Watch California's own. The West. You already know what's happening. And right here, I Only Touch Greatness podcast. You feel me? About to check me out, man. The LO in the spot. Let's get into it.
Yeah, talking about Canada. Have you ever been to Vancouver, Canada?
No, I haven't. I think I was planning and my background kind of made it a bit challenging, so I backed out fast. Yeah. But I'm sure I'll be able to get there at this point.
Yeah.
I definitely want to go, man. Like, especially Vancouver. I like I said, sometimes we forget about that part of the West Coast. It's so West Coast up there. And I know I have a lot of fans. I look at my streams and a lot of them come from Vancouver.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I got a lot of streams too from, shout out to people in Hawaii, shout out to people in Australia and people in New Zealand.
I mean, I'm out here playing your music all the time, and I always have since back in the day. And you know that since we worked together a few times on a few songs over the years, and I was just always the A&R, and I'd send you the beats, and then you would rap on them, and we'd put my guys on it, and then I'd finish the song, like kind of like what Khaled did, but except for Khaled obviously.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff that I was doing and stuff, and I spent 2010, 2011. My beat maker, he was signed to Convict Music, so I was always chasing you guys, and I was a huge fan of the whole Black Wallstreet era, and that like everybody that came out of with that camp, from you to your boy, we're Rich Rocka now, and that's another thing we'll get. I hopefully talk about. But that
man was ill is that's So outside of the song that I'm about to drop, right, the follow-up is like very much like something to take people back to those Black Wallstreet days. Just how our whole attitude was at that time. So to do a song with Game and bring it back around to the beginning is going to be fun for people to hear.
I always think about even K-Dot back then and J-Rock, and that was the first time I heard of. That was the first time I heard of them, and I instantly fell in love with everybody from Black Wallstreet. And I know that Big Fase was your manager, who I worked with a bunch of times as well. How did he influence your early days?
I definitely wouldn't have success without Big Fase.
I don't know. You guys
top
still
three.
Friends?
I would like to consider it, so we don't talk as much, you know.
Okay.
I think life took everybody different directions. But my respect for him and my debt to him is probably like it's impossible. Like I could never pay him back. I think he's one of the most brilliant minds I ever met in music. I don't think people really realize how good he is at his job and what he does. I think people get so distracted about all of the BS through all of the years, but they don't give him a lot of credit for what he did for Chuck, for what he did for Game, what he did for Glasses, what he would have did for 4 Cent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And everybody at that time, you know what I mean? He had the right idea. It's just, life takes everybody different directions, and it never really, his vision never got a chance to come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? But he had it. And, 200, my first song that ever really got me played, that's Fase. I wouldn't even rapped on that beat. Fase was like, yo, you should rap on this beat. Like, I would have not rapped on it. And I was like, oh, okay. I would have not quit my job if it wasn't for Fase, and gave my all to music.
And that was off the White Lightning album, which you had 50,000 copies.
CD.
And you sold 50,000 copies, and the whole blew up in California there.
But 200 is so, the song 200 is so integral to that movement. That literally was the face of my project, and that's Fase. I mean, in theory, my whole career would be to that song as far as getting to that next level, just like I was able to get to certified because of 200. So he's really underratedly brilliant. I think things happen and everybody got distracted with everything else and forgot literally about, the music. But, it's no doubt about it. If you look at Game and Glass's career, you know what I mean? That's under the tutelage of Fase. And 4 Cent was his other project, rest in peace.
Billboard.
And if Fo would have been alive, he would have did either, as good at minimum, as good as I have, or as great as Game did. So whatever that space is, he'd have been somewhere there in between there. So he had already positioned him to get a record deal with Dipset. Like he did some things. Fase was like, he's super, super duper good at what he does when he's focused at it.